Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to start with the corporate governance, TYBIM, semester 6. Myself, Dr. Manju Singhania. Now, what do you understand by what is the corporate governance? When we talk about the corporate governance, it is governing the corporate sector. How the governing of the corporate sector, controlling of the corporate sector, what corporate governance is. Corporate governance is the system of rules, practices, and processes by which business organization is directed and controlled. To run the business activity, to run the business organization, you have to follow the rules and regulation, and you have to create the practice. You have the process, different business have different process. Banking business is having different process. Core function of banking is lending and borrowing. So how people will deposit their money, how bank will lend their money, that is called as the process. So defined process are there, different organizations, different business units have different process. So corporate governance is a system. When we talk about the system consists of what? System consists of three things. What are these three things? One is the rules and regulation, that is set of rules and regulation. Then what are the different practices? For example, continuing with the same, how the lending and the borrowing, what is the time, what is the way to open your account, yes, what documents are required, all that comes under what are the practices, what interest rate is given by the bank, offered by the bank, how it is governed by the RBI, rules, practices, and process by which the individual business organization, by which a business organization is directions for the banking sector. RBI provides the direction, and RBI only gives check rules and regulation whether every bank is following the rules and regulations or not. In the corporate sector, various stakeholders are there. And when we talk about the stakeholders, that means those whosoever are associated with the business. Business is a joint effort. And joint effort of whom? And everyone's interest should be protected. Everyone's interest should be protected. For example, shareholders are there who have invested the money. Management executives are there who are the promoters, who decides everything for the company. Customers are there, suppliers are there, financiers are there. Yes, because when we talk about investors, shareholders, then short-term, long-term financial requirements are there. So financiers are also there. Government gives the infrastructure, receives the revenue as a form of tax, and entire society, community. These are the stakeholders. And every stakeholder have to give something to the business and have to receive something from the business. That is called as balancing the interest. There should not be a disturbance of the balance between give and take. Give and take always should be equal. So there should be a balancing between the give and take. That is the interest of the company and the other stakeholder. Obviously, company provides product or service to the customer. Customer also gives the revenue money, yes, per price for the service or the product which customer purchase. So this is what company gives and what customer gives. So give and take. Company gives, customer take. Customer gives, company take. Government. What is the relationship in balancing the interest of the company and the government? Government provides the infrastructure, hard infrastructure, soft infrastructure. Government provides for the business sector, for the business unit. Business utilize that infrastructure. For example, power supply, water supply, yes, roadways, transportation, banking, insurance, all these are created by the, in addition to that, government also creates a peaceful atmosphere, keeps the rules, regulations, policies framing. Government do this for the business, gives this for the business, and business gives the, for utilizing these facilities. Business is supposed to follow the policy of the government and give the revenue to the government in the form of tax. So that is how the give and take balance should be there. And for this give and take balance sustaining, direction is provided and controlling is done. So this is about the what corporate governance is. System of rules, practices and process by which business organization, corporate organization is directed and controlled. It involves balancing the interest of company and different stakeholders. Corporate governance is the structure to set of rules and regulations. So you have to create the set of rules and regulation. That is the structure of rules. What way what practices will be carried out by the organization and what will be the business process to direct and manage a company. Under that direction, company will perform and company will manage its affairs and be effective. And when we talk about ultimately for the business organization, who is the steering people in the organization, who takes the organization, who decides everything for the organization, are ultimately the board of directors. Because whatever will decided, though others, shareholders, have their say, but the decisions will be taken by the board of directors. So board of director is the primary force influencing the corporate governance. Why they are influencing? Because direction will be implemented by the board of directors. And when we talk about the direction, other than the managing part is also done by the board of director, though they appoint executives, managers are appointed to manage the business organization, but ultimately entire control of the business organization is in the hands of the board of director. So board of director is the primary force deciding about their remuneration, deciding about the task which they will perform. Everything comes under the practices and the process. Bad corporate governance. Why corporate governance should be good? Bad corporate governance can cast doubt on a company's operation if organization is not following the rules, practices, and process. Then certainly company's operation will not be up to the requirement company, and ultimate profitability will also be suffered. Its operation is not good, product, goods and services are not of quality, then certainly market will also not be there. And when market will not be there, profitability will also be not there. So the corporate governance is necessary. If good corporate governance will not be there, company will not have market, company will not have profit. Corporate governance not only look for the profit of the organization. But corporate governance is also thinking about the environment, because environment should be good. Physical environment, creating the awareness. The business need to be done in an ethical way, and even the community benefit should be there. Corporate strategy should be there. Competition is also there. So various factors are considered. Yes, what will be the compensation of everyone? What will be the, how the business have the risk, how the risk will be managed, how the environment will be protected, how the corporate behavior will be ethical behavior, and what in even considering the competition. Now, what are the basic principles of the corporate governance? There are 5 basic principles of the corporate governance. That is accountability. You should be responsible. Transparency. When you are ethical, what you are doing is right, then certainly transparency will be there. Fairness, competition is there. And in the competition, you have to do the fair business practices. Responsibility. Yes, accountability, responsibility should be there, and business risk is there. Yes, obviously, no business is there. Future is very uncertain. Because of that, risk is there. So many changes are taking place. All these factors will be considered. So the basic principles of the corporate governance are accountability, transparency, fairness, and risk management. So that's all for the day. We will continue the topic in the next lecture. Thanks for your patience hearing. Thanks.